Hello, we are calling you from Safaricom. Are we talking to Esther Degwa? Yes, that was a call from a social engineer. Welcome to today's lesson. We're talking about social engineering. We're talking about a cyber attack that manipulates someone's mind, that manipulates someone's psychology in order to try and um, extort some information about you, some sensitive data to use to maybe steal money or even blackmail people. So welcome. My name is Trainer Enoch Kiprono and welcome to the Learning Lodge. So what is social engineering? Social engineering refers to the psychological manipulation. Someone plays with your psychology, and in the end they end up having the information they need to maybe do an attack, do a hacking, or steal money. So social engineering is important. It's important to know because it's a human vulnerability. It plays with the people not being careful and not being suspicious to leverage on that human vulnerability, that human weakness, to have information rather than the technical vulnerability that other attacks that include SQL injection and others that leverages on the technical vulnerability of systems maybe. So let's proceed. How does social engineering happen? There are four stages. One of the stages include research. A social attacker, a social engineer does research. So they research on the trending issues, they research on what is happening, what has been gazetted today in a country, and after doing that, they now ask themselves, how will we find these people to lure them into giving out the information that they need to attack you, they need to swap some money from you, they need to leverage on it to steal money. They hook. How do they hook? They found out in their research that there is a vacancy that has been given out there, or Safaricom is doing this. Safaricom, for instance, in Kenya, a communication authority that's really a communication means a communication company that's really, I would say, it's topmost of the others is Safaricom. And Safaricom, if they say today we are going to, there's a feature that has been added on M-Pesa, and people will be asked to maybe choose number one when they want to send some money to someone. When the name pops up there, they choose number one. That means you accept that the money to be sent. That's a new feature now. So if you choose number two, it means no, and the money will not be transferred to the person. So if the attacker knows that that's what is trending, that's what Safaricom has rolled out, that's what has done this and that. So they will be calling Safaricom customers, lying to them that in order for that thing to happen, they need to do this. How will they find the numbers of people? It's very easy to find people's details nowadays. Someone can go to a reception. In the gate, people write their numbers and their ID numbers and everything there. So a social engineer could really get your information so easily. That's hooking. They can go take a picture of of people's numbers and they randomly call you, asking you, "Oh, we're calling from Safaricom, and we there's this new feature now. They have resigned and they know what is trending. So they say there's this new thing that's going on, and this and that. We need your number. Is this?" And they call you by your name. That's even more enticing. They call you by your name, and you're like, "Oh yeah, they know me." So if you're unsuspecting, you would fall for the trap. What next? They extract the information. That's the third stage. They extract the information from you. What's your PIN? We would want your PIN, we want your name, we want your ID number, and you end up giving those information because it's from they are in the third stage. Now it is you are the person who the social engineer is on at the time. He or she has come from the other stages. They have come from fast researching, they have hooked you and they are now extracting information from you. So you are new, a person who has been coming through a process of stealing from you or manipulating you. Then they exit, they cut ties with you, they block you, they do anything, you will not access them. Let's proceed. So types of social engineering. There are several types of social engineering. I'll touch on few, and one of them is phishing. There are deceptive emails that can come to your phone. There are deceptive messages that look like they are from the genuine organizations or genuine Safaricom, and you would think they are from Safaricom or other communication media. And those, they will lure you into clicking onto some emails, clicking onto some links, and you end up being phished, literally being redirected to another site, malicious site. There is pretexting. They create false scenarios, identity, gain someone's trust, and extract the crucial information. There is baiting. They really bait you. So like a fish. A fish can see a hook that has maybe something to eat on in the water, and they are baited, so they jump on it, they end up being hooked. So literally that's how they do. They hook you, they bait you with something enticing, and you end up clicking on some link, you end up redirected to another site that looks really good, and that in the you're redirected to a malicious site that has been designed to really steal information from you. That's how those are types of social engineering techniques. We proceed on to social engineering techniques. So social engineering techniques, we were from the previous slide was we were talking about types which include phishing, include phishing, it includes baiting and deceptive emails and that. So we go to social engineering techniques. They are social engineering techniques. They include authority. They call and they say they are calling from a renowned organization for that matter. So they are already labeled as authoritative. So when they say that, they exploit on your trust. There is the sense of urgency. They call you and they say, Safaricom has rolled out this new feature, and we're really running out of time. We need to register you into this and that. So they create a sense of urgency for you to be hasty, run to give out information because you think time is up. Now, familiarity. They talk about what you know. They talk about Safaricom. They talk about M-Pesa. They talk about money. They talk about transfers. They talk about trending issues that you know. So they create familiarity. They also exploit on your trust. They exploit on your unsuspiciousness, because this, what should be known about social engineering, for it to be successful, they need to really exploit on unsuspecting people. So there is another technique, social engineering technique that's called, that is fear and intimidation. They threaten you that your accounts, your phone number, your credentials will be lost if you don't do what they want. There is also empathy. They empathize with you. They talk about your situation. They really look like they are feeling your situation, and when they do that, they are earning trust from you, and you end up delivering or giving the information to them. How do you prevent social engineering? How do you even recognize in the first place? The first thing, you be skeptical. Don't be straightforward. Don't be the first person to do this and the other. Be skeptical. Really pick on something and be skeptical, so that you can be able to see. There's also, you should also verify. You should ensure that this is really email from your organization, this is email from school, this is email from employers for that matter. You should also watch for red flags. Most social engineers are poor in their grammar. So you should be very, very careful to be able to pinpoint on the wrong information, the wrong uh, structure of sentences and all that. Be cautious of urgency. If someone is talking about time is up and all that, you should be very careful. You should also uh, invest much on training, train people to ensure that the knowledge about social engineering, the knowledge about cybersecurity is out there and people know, so that they don't fall for the trap. Protecting against the social engineering, there should be strong authentication. How to authenticate someone into the system should be very strong. Also, your password should be very strong. Employee awareness also, robust policies. There should be policies on how information is granted to people, even the non-people. There should be also incident response. Whenever that thing happens, there should be incident response that, oh, this has happened and we have shared this information, so that damage cannot, uh, become dire. So security technology. Intrusion systems are out there that are really good at preventing these things, and user behavior analytics to detect and prevent social engineering. In conclusion, people should be aware. People should really be aware. People should be aware of exploitations. People should not give information anyhowly. And education about awareness, education about social engineering, education about how it happens, how it should be prevented, should be emphasized, should be taught really well. And even the students, even the workers, even the customers should be aware of that. Because if a customer is compromised, then they give out the information, someone impersonates them into the system and all that. So it's a mess in its entirety, and so people should be educated. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to today's lesson. Until next time, bye bye.